The Arkansas Razorbacks could be one of the surprise teams in college football in 2021, and their starting quarterback, KJ Jefferson, has the chance and the potential to be one of the more underrated quarterbacks in all of college football. And we've spent several videos talking about what he brings to the table, what to expect, and kind of just breaking down his game film, specifically his game against Missouri last year. So I'll link those videos below in the description if you're interested. But today's video is going to be over backup quarterback Malik Hornsby, because I think Arkansas has two good quarterbacks on their roster. So we're going to dive into some film from Hornsby and look at what he brings to the table and look at what you can expect from Malik Hornsby in 2021 whenever he is in the game, and kind of the different packages that he will be able to bring to the Arkansas offense. So the film is from high school, and we've done film of him from the spring game. So if you're interested in that, you can find one of the older videos. But most of this film is from high school because it does a good job at least showing his tools and his skill set. But before we dive into the film and talk about the content and the kind of the meat and potatoes of the video, I just want to encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel if you like any quarterback related content. We put out quarterback videos throughout the week. So I want to reference an article from 247 Sports that was referencing Josh Pate, who does the Late Kick Live, which is hands down the best college football show, college football podcast. They cover everything college football, and so I would encourage you to check that out. Again, Josh Pate. I'll link the article below, but it references one of his quotes from one of his recent shows that he did talking about Malik Hornsby and talking about the Arkansas kind of offense in general. So I want to read that real quick before we dive into it, because this is going to be the baseline of what the video is kind of made after. So here's Josh Pate quoting again from Late Kick Live. Malik Hornsby is an interesting name to watch at Arkansas. He had a huge scrimmage on Saturday. He had big numbers, but scrimmages can lie to you sometimes. I'm not even making these statements just correlated to a scrimmage. This is a former guy who's a top 100 player. He's a number 5 dual threat quarterback. KJ Jefferson is a starter for them. That's not in question. But if you listen to Sam Pittman and listen to people close to Arkansas talk about Malik Hornsby, I very strongly believe there's going to come a time, maybe early in the season, where they have design packages for him. Again, I will link this below so you can read more about it. Here are some quotes from Sam Pittman about Malik Hornsby. He can run now, and he can roll out and throw the football. He's getting better in the pocket, but he has to get better. When he's running, when he's running out, he's getting better at throwing the football, and he's a major threat with his feet. He's number 2. There's nobody in my opinion right now that's close to him as a number 2 quarterback. And then Pittman goes on to say, I think he'll be a really good quarterback for us. I don't know that we'll run the same exact offense with him in the game, because we want to use his attributes. And then in an earlier interview, it goes on to say that Pittman said Hornsby might be the fastest player on the field when he's out there. So that's very high praise from the head coach. So again, that is from 247 Sports. The first part was Josh Pate, the host of Late Kick Live, giving some praise to Malik Hornsby and talking about that very good scrimmage he had. And the last quotes were Sam Pittman, again, giving praise to Malik Hornsby. But I say all this to say, I think there's going to be a package from Malik Hornsby. I think that there's going to be usage of Malik Hornsby. Anyone that's heard us talk about Malik Hornsby in the past, and it's been a few months, knows that we're high on him. Texas kid, actually played in my same district, essentially. Now, granted, I'm pretty old, so it was years ago, but the same exact field. So there's always a little special place in my heart when kids come out of that district. But again, I think he's talented, and I want to dive into some of the film and kind of look at some of the different packages we could expect. I think we're going to see him running the ball. I think we're going to see some different zone reads, some quarterback powers, some quarterback counters. But then I want to also demonstrate the arm strength that he does have. And the actual Late Kick Live episode, Pate goes on to talk about how Malik Hornsby does have a strong arm. And so I want to showcase that as well. It's going to be at the end of the video breakdown, showcasing a strong arm. Again, it's high school film. Take it with a grain of salt, but it does a good job just demonstrating his tool sets and demonstrating his skills and what a potential package could look like with Malik Hornsby. And again, I'll link all the references that we talked about in the description below. But let's go ahead and look at the Malik Hornsby film and see what kind of package he could bring to Arkansas in 2021. So this play right here, take with a grain of salt, because it is high school and a lot of broken tackles are here. This won't be able to happen in the SEC, but nevertheless, it still gives a good idea of the skill set here and the ability to break tackles. While it might not happen at this rate, I think Arkansas fans can kind of just picture the type of offense you can have with Hornsby. Let's move on to this next play here. Let's skip this play. Good ball there. But this next play is really going to show his ability as a runner here. So this is where you can really see his track speed take off here and why Sam Pittman said he might be the fastest player on the field. Watch his acceleration here when he gets upfield. When he decides to go, he's gone. There ain't no catching him. Watch, this guy's got no shot, right? He's got the angle and everything, but got no shot there. That's track speed there. Can you see it? Yes. Let's go watch it one more time, that play here, because that's the acceleration play where I think you can see plays like this for Hornsby. Get in, you know they're going to run the ball, but that's okay anyways. The simple fact he has this track speed here. I know he's going to come off the screen in a second, then he'll come back on, but that is impressive speed there to use. So this speed option we're about to see of Hornsby is definitely a play I think we'll see in the Arkansas offense when Hornsby's in. Option there, gets upfield there. So I think this is probably the perfect example of the play calling you'll see when Hornsby's in there, at least starting off, at least right now. But watch the acceleration again. Track speed at the quarterback position, who can throw as well. So I do think this is a perfect example of what you'll see from Hornsby whenever he is in at the quarterback position, and something you could see, like we talked about in the beginning of the video, something you could see throughout the game, not just as a switch up, but as an actual, part of the game plan. So here's a straight, just quarterback run, a little quarterback power the whole way here. Again, the speed takes off. Remember, it's high school, but still, you'll see this type of play for Hornsby and his package that he'll have with Arkansas. Again, like the article said, using him more than just here and there, but actually having a game plan for Hornsby. Again, I think we'll see this type of play often. And I do think we'll see some pass plays build on this, but a good example of what you'll see from Hornsby in the Arkansas offense. Here's just a touchdown run by Hornsby, and again, you'll see something like this happen often, where you have a little zone read / quarterback counter here. We got some guys pulling, getting the offensive lineman out in front here, but again, give him the option to give it to the back or take off. It looks like this is probably pre-designed here because we got linemen coming here. So I think we can have zone reads or just straight up designed quarterback runs, and then bust up there, the ability to make guys miss as well. So again, another example of the type of plays that you'll see in the Hornsby package for Arkansas. So here's it's a drop back pass from Hornsby, but he goes off script, throws on the run here. So the point of showing this video is just to show the example of his ability to throw on the run and what type of kind of package you could have. So while you might not ask him to drop back right off the bat here, the ability to make throws like that, I think you can definitely put into a package and give him the option to either run or throw. So what it does is that the defense has to treat him as a runner and a passer. So it's going to put defenders in bad positions here. So if you have this like a straight rollout, like if you build this type of play from the speed option, then Hornsby has the option to pass or throw. It gets defenders out of position where now he can either run, or if the defenders get out of position, then he can throw downfield. So just a type of an example of what he can do on the run, throwing the ball there. So this throw right here is enough to demonstrate his arm strength and the ability to throw the ball, push it downfield at least. But I think nevertheless it does show a strong arm here. So arm strength is not the question here. That's not in doubt. Let's watch it one more time. That's a long throw that he makes look relatively easy. So again, he's from the 20-yard line, left hash, thrown all the way across the field, not to mention pressures in his face here. So I think this right here is all you need to see as far as, hey, does he have the arm strength? Yes, he has the arm strength. That's 30-plus yards in the air, across the field, outside the numbers, left hash to the right side of the field. Long throw, plenty of arm strength there from Malik Hornsby. Now it's just being able to, do all the things Coach Pittman said in the pocket, but the arm strength is there. Last one here for this kind of video, but we'll see good ball placement here as well. So the ability is there for Hornsby to throw. So again, I just want to reiterate, it is high school film. I'm not trying to make too big of a deal of it because he is going to be going up against SEC competition. But we saw some elite speed. He's got elite track speed. He's got a strong arm that I think you're going to see some plays, some passing plays built on top of the running plays that is called for him, whether it's a designed rollout or whether he does it on his own. I think we're going to see some packages, and then we're going to see him run the ball pretty good as well, as we saw with those quarterback powers and the zone reads, and then with him just improvising as well. So I think that gives us a decent kind of look at what a package could look like with Malik Hornsby. And so I think he's going to be more than just a change of pace type guy. And like Josh Pate referenced on the Late Kick Live, again, I know I'm referencing him a lot, but he did kind of quote and was talking about, this could be a package, not just thrown in here and there, but actual part of the game plan. So I agree with that as well. So that's all for the video. Again, I think Arkansas is in a good position from the quarterback. Again, I like KJ Jefferson. I think he's got a lot of potential, but I also like Malik Hornsby. So I think they're in a good position with Jefferson, but also with Hornsby as their number 2 guy. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Malik Hornsby? What do you think a package could look like with him? And we'll see you next time on our next quarterback-related video.